We are here at the 5G Techritory conference here with Martin Beltrop from Nokia, head of Automotive. And it's nice to have you here, Martin.
Yes, thanks for hosting me here, so it's my pleasure.
So you play a very important part in implementing 5G, and that is with smart cars. Can you tell us about how 5G technology will implement or affect smart car implementation?
Yeah, so the connected cars are definitely one of the most quoted use cases when we talk about future 5G connectivity technologies. When we look into two things, so increasing the traffic safety and also getting cars driving autonomously, all this just works better if cars are in a position to communicate with each other, but also to communicate with the road infrastructure and to communicate, for example, with passengers that are an essential, part of traffic, right? So that's why we are now developing the technologies that basically make everybody communicate with everybody to have, smooth and very safe traffic at the end.
And from the Nokia perspective, what technologies are you specifically developing? Is there something that you have to do in collaboration with others?
So first of all, the technology that really matters needs to be extremely reliable because, when the cars are talking to each other, it's better that we get all the messages and nothing gets lost in translation in between. So we are working on our technology to become extremely reliable and also become extremely, with short latencies so that the message arrives pretty much instantly because otherwise, when traffic is flowing fast, like on German Autobahn, then it can become very critical if these messages are not delivered very much in time.
What do countries have to do to be able to create this infrastructure that talks to each other?
So first of all, it's a big effort in the overall ecosystem of connected mobility. So there are many stakeholders. There are car manufacturers, there are road operators, there are equipment manufacturers, there are telecom service providers, and many others that are participating in this ecosystem. And what is required that this finally really would work is that everything works across borders, across different service providers, across different car brands. So this all requires a lot of alignment and a good framework that these companies talk to each other and that we create the innovations that are required to really make it at the end.
So we've heard that we can expect 5G technology in Latvia as of January. How soon can we expect smart cars?
That will require a little bit more time, unfortunately, but we are looking into different levels here, of course. So first, services for connected cars are actually already available these days because all the new cars, they are connected already with LTE. So this allows first services to make your driving more comfortable and more safe. And we will now see an increase of these services to come. So traffic safety is the first thing that will be addressed, and it will be a stepwise approach that will be taken there. If we talk about really autonomous driving, not doing something at all, watching Netflix in the car, then this is really still some time out. So earliest 2025, we will really see that this becomes introduced into the market, and to really finally make it, people are talking about 2030 or something. So that's very hard to predict.
All right, so a little bit in the future.
Yes.
But you spoke about how the first thing that we're going to see is about traffic safety, driving safety. What will that look like? How does that get implemented?
So it will look like as follows: that, for example, you use information that is coming from the traffic through communication channels to enrich the safety. For example, if somebody in front of you puts on the emergency brake light, it's actually a good idea if he tells you, right, as a following car, I have put on my emergency brake light, something is going on here. This can very easily be done once the cars are connected with each other, and this immediately enhances the traffic safety and the way you are driving. So this is a very easy use case that I would like to put here, as an example.
And how soon will we see that?
This can be done actually very soon, and we can even leverage the existing technologies. The problem is that we need to have the right interfaces, the human-machine interface in the car. This is actually what now needs to get reworked, that more information from the traffic around us can be displayed to the driver, can be used by the driver, or even that the car does some automatic actions based on the information that it is receiving.
All right, so then that will be work with the actual car manufacturers themselves.
Exactly, yes.
Great. So what are you seeing today at this conference that you're excited about?
So I'm excited about seeing so many people here talking about technology. I see so many different use cases and values that are being generated by 5G as an enabler for these use cases. So I think we are really looking into a high value creation at the end, being enabled by this new connection technology. What is always the critical part, and which is debated very heavily in the room here just behind us, is how do we get the right business cases that really support these models and that lead into an introduction of these concepts into the market. This seems to be the tricky part. And one more thing I need to say here is that we are really now entering an era of collaboration. So all of these things that we are discussing here, they always involve different players in the industry. It's always an ecosystem that needs to create something. And this is something that we now need to learn and that we really need to grasp and bring into perfection to capture the value.
Well, we are very happy that you are here in Riga to collaborate and take part in that creation process. Thank you very much for sitting down with us. Martin Beltrop from Nokia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.